start recording. All right, we're playing Prince. We're the princes. That's right. It's a joke. Right. It's a joke, though. We're not actually royalty. We suck. Anyways, we're playing Blades in the Dark.
Royalty for yourself.
All right. Well, I'm the GM, so I can't even claim the princes. You guys are the princes. I'm the GM. The princes are a crew of hawkers in Blades in the Dark game that we're playing right now. And I forgot to record the preamble. We're doing it over. Let's do it live, but not again because I don't know, we screwed up. Anyways, I loosely based this preamble off of the Stream of Blood's preamble, but also with my own coolness. Maybe I don't know. It's maybe might not be cool. 847 years ago, the Great Cataclysm happened. Volcanic eruptions and earthquake ravaged the world, sparing only the northern isles? Continents? Who knows? The gates of the dead fell, and the sun was shattered in a million pieces. Civilizations rose up behind lightning barriers, great electroplasmatic lightning cages which protects those within from the vengeful ghosts and spirits beyond. The lands in between are now a desolate place called the Deathlands. The electroplasmatic inventions of this world are powered by the blood of Leviathans, great demons of the void sea. It's in a haunted city, a city known as Duskval, ensconced behind the lightning barriers that crime and corruption hold sway. In the city that never sleeps, because there is no day, the hawkers of the Red Ichor sell their wares in the watery streets of the Silk Shore. A red lamp district of Duskfall, known for its vice dens, the crime catering to all sorts of fiendish desires, is available at a price. On a boat called the Princes of the Palace, the princes hold their court. Boom. Scene. All right, we're ready to go. Tell me.
I have a question about the Leviathans of the Deep.
Sure. They're demons.
Can we call them squishy boys?
I'm sure they are great big squishy boys.
Ironically, or you mean like our characters?
I'm just wondering if we can call them squishy boys or if they would take offense to that.
Oh, I'm sure they would take offense.
Let's ask them.
Okay.
If you could talk to them.
Boys.
Who knows?
Are they like a squishy soft boy? Like
these large adult boys.
I'm just wondering.
I honestly, I don't know. I feel like they're like.
Sorry to derail immediately, but
that's fine. That's fine. Now I'm laying the tracks. You're on the score. All right. No, it's good.
Yeah.
Just tell me a quick two sentences about your character. Go. Someone. Sly, tell me 2 sentences.
Sly is a Tekosarian demon summoner from the land across the way who is on bad terms with a ton of demons and is currently hiding out in a shit-ass boat selling drugs with the rest of the princes of the palace.
All right, that sounds cool. All right, Red, tell me 2 sentences about your character.
Red is a forlorn Skovlan refugee who's retreated from a hard life of crime into the shadows.
And finally, Charnel, tell me
Charnel's
2 sentences about your character. Sorry.
Charnel's a defected killer with a taste for the perverted arts.
All right.
A merciless killer. Characters into that stuff.
Okay, yeah. Perfect.
I just love smut.
Just love it so much. Oh, yeah,
I like a baseball hat that says "Ask me about smut."
Okay, we'll talk about the vices when that's relevant, which will be relevant. If you bring them up at any point, you have a trouble because of your background or because of your vice, you'll get XP. So be looking for opportunities to get into some shenanigans. All right, as we said before, but now we're saying again because now we're recording, and I am. Not a dummy this time. Quailin the Witch hears tell that Needle, an alchemist of the Lampblacks, has received a rather large shipment of ingredients and reagents, drugs, and other things, and is willing to take a cut to tell you where he is located, or his workshop's located.
Right.
She is a pale-skinned witch with makeup, or it might be permanent tattoos all along her face, letting like the pits of her eyes like black and make it look a little more skeletal in appearance. She's wearing a delicate, old, pale purple Victorian dress that kind of brings this weird color to her face. Unnatural. She says, "Yes, I'll take the cut." And she's, of course, our friend Sly's friend, contact, and weird acquaintance. "I'll take a cut if you give me some reagents. I need them for my spells and rituals."
Quillen, your beauty is only matched by your occult power. Of course, I'll help supply you these reagents.
Excellent. Yes, so the target is working for the Lampblacks in a tenement building. He's taken over the top floor of a 3-story tenement building, and where the first floor is a kind of vice den where they, sell and like just let you just be all high up in there. The second floor has some like muscle. That's where some of the crew stay while on duty. And the top floor, the third floor, the whole apartments are all converted into a single workshop. Of course, you guys decided to do a sneaky stealth type mission, and the detail that you've provided me was that there was an an unlocked door on the top that led to the roof that the purveyors, or not the purveyors, but the Lampblacks themselves used to go smoke up and get some fresh air rather than leaving out the front entrance.
I love smoking up.
Yeah. The tenement building itself is in the Crow's Foot neighborhood, which is a crossroads of merging districts. That's all sorts of things happen there. Cool fact about the Crow's Foot is actually it's named after this large tower in the center that's known as the Crow's Nest, which was a ancient tower before the Cataclysm, and it's also been a ritual sanctum. It's also been an astronomer's laboratory. It was a blue coats watch post, so the blue coats are the kind of like old timey cops with large bobby hats and batons that patrol the streets. But right now it's the headquarters of the district's chief gang, the Crows. Of course, the Lampblacks will have their say. They want to be the chief gang also. And that's in the center, but we're off to the side somewhere. And that is that. I think we're ready to begin. Time to get on that track, that railroad track, as it were. Cannot derail it once we're on the track, or you can.
Yes, let's get railed.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Engagement roll. Here we go. We're doing an engagement roll. The engagement roll is done by the crew sheet. It is a faction roll. I will do it. Roll engagement. Boom. Number of dice. I think I have to tell you. I think this is the number of bonus dice, I believe. If not, I'll add extra dice. Turning down the volume of the background music just a tiny bit. I think it might be a tad overpowering. There we go. All right. Yes. So, is this operation particularly bold or daring? I would say so. Definitely. You're a small tier 0 gang going up against a gang that's notably large in number and tier 2. You're going after their drug supply, which is one of their things they're known for. It's not only as being racketeers, they operate a number of vice dens throughout this region. Not in your region, but of course you're gonna steal from them. So I'm gonna give you a die for that. Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability on the target or hit them where they're weakest? I'm gonna say yes. They left a door open. Normally you would have to search for that information, but being the first score of the game, I'm just gonna let you make up that and say that yeah, that definitely is a flaw in their operation.
Good job, Chris.
Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight into the operation? I'm going to say yes. One of them is Quillen, your friend. It's giving you specific details where the drugs are going to be and what building to hit. I think that's fine. One more dice. Are there any other elements you wish to consider? Maybe a lower tier target will gain you +1 die. Maybe higher tier will give you -1 die. Oh, I'm going to take 1 die away because they're way high tier. Yes. Yeah, so you get 2 bonus dice. So I think you're tier 0 actually right now anyway. So then you're just rolling 2 dice. We'll see how this goes. Boom, 4. Partial. Mixed result. You're in a risky position when the action starts. All right.
Okay.
So I'm imagining you've scaling this kind of tenement building. Oh yeah, I've written some stuff about the tenement building too.
Oh wait, sorry, Sean. Not to interrupt, but I don't think we chose our load yet.
Oh yeah, choose your load. You can choose either a light load, a medium load, or a heavy load. Light load means they can be probably patted down and you might even look like you're just a regular citizen. A medium load or standard load, on inspection you would probably be made out to be someone who's up to no good or up to something. A heavy load is you're kitted out for some sort of war. You're like ready to go to town, you have weapons, people will look at you and know that you're up to something.
And so do we choose that individually as characters or as a team?
I don't know. I'm not gonna read. I've watched Stream of Blood and he did as a team a couple of times, and then he's shifted to individually. I'm thinking individually is cooler because if one of you were like attending a party for some reason during the game.
Yeah, the person who's going there might want to be light, but everyone else could be heavy.
Yeah, or something.
The person
like
who's in there talking to people and would look suspicious.
Yes, so I think it could be cooler if there's a separate. Allows for more opportunity anyway. So everyone could choose separate loads. It's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna choose normal actually. Feels correct.
Hey, I'm gonna go with normal as well.
Yeah, same here.
All right, that's cool. So yeah, this tenement building is very cozy looking. Kind of has like lamps that are like lit with oil and like kind of red and orange glows come from each of the windows. Some of them have electroplasmatic lamps that shine blue through, but yeah, it's a gray bricked 3-story building with a stone garden landscaping of statues and mushrooms of various colors. Some of the apartments I have on the second floor have mushrooms glowing on the balconies, or the windowsills, and some of them are glowing. So there's kind of like smoke stains and like soot all along like the top of the building because like this is like a very if you're not burning electroplasm heat, you're usually burning coal, so everything's kind of has this kind of like black ash kind of sticky on the concrete or stone buildings. Yeah. This is like an old and poor neighborhood, but there's definitely some recent renovations. There's like electroplasmatic cables running from a neighboring, like the neighboring lot is a kind of like a power generator for like this section area of the city, and it looks like they're hooked in directly to like the third floor. Whether that is legal or not, it remains to be seen. But they're definitely drawing lots of power. The streets on the ground are filled with discarded junk, and even like that stone garden has a few withered trees. Been hundreds of years since they've seen the sun's rays. The name of the target, Nadel or Holtz Stanfield. The description you got was a short, weathered man, withered man. And yeah, the weather is kind of ash clouds and fog, and it's the kind of fog that has strange echoes and whispers when you're engulfed in it. So you rolled a 4, and that means you're in a risky situation. The action hits. So, you come in through the top, probably climbing up one of the fire escapes, or slinging in from the other a neighboring building or rooftop. As you reach the door, you open it like very quietly, stealthily, sneakily. But you hear a group of men coming up the stairs, talking, joking. What are you gonna do with your cut of the money? Blah blah. And they're joking around, and they're obviously heading to the roof to have their smoke. What do you do?
Cheat. I look around to see if there's somewhere to hide, so that when they come up, we can still slip away to the door and like block line of sight between us and like going through the door.
All right, yeah, that sounds. The little like entrance building itself that is like the door with the doors on could be like you could slip around it, and the door itself can probably hide behind it. So that sounds like you're leading some sort of action. What do you want to roll?
I'm pretty sure that is survey. I'm surveying.
You're surveying. So you're just like looking around for like a really good spot and then waiting for your time to run in. Yeah, that sounds good. I'm actually going to say it's a group action. So the way the group actions work is everyone else rolls survey also. And if they fail, you, Andrew, take 1 stress per failure.
Okay.
But if there's any success, so the highest die will be
what we consider.
will be considered to be roll.
Okay, that's cool.
So everyone make a survey roll to find the best hiding spot and time your slide into the.
Oh yeah, and I guess so. Position is risky, right?
Yeah, so the position is risky. The effect will be standard. If you make it, you will get in to the building. On a complication, I might lower that effect, or something else. I don't know. I'll while you guys roll, I'll look up complications.
Oh, effect. Okay, effect standard. Okay. Standard limited, great, extreme 0.
Oh no, I've been muted this whole time.
I rolled a 1.
Bonus dice 0. There's no bonus dice, right?
No,
I don't think so.
you could push yourself. You can accept a devil's bargain. You can get bonus dice.
Excuse me. Now I'll just roll whatever it is. Okay, it looks like 3 is the highest we got.
No, 4.
No.
I think it's the
There's
lowest tier, right?
2 people. No, it's the highest.
Right, but for ours, it's take lowest, right? For both myself and Charnel.
Oh.
So 3 is the highest.
Yep. Hmm.
Also, sorry, what's considered a fail? How much stress
So
do I-
3, 2, and 1 is considered a fail, and so
Okay,
you got
okay.
2 fails. So you mark 2 stress.
2 stress. Okay.
Who
That's
does?
what bullets.
My-
And
actually not
Andrew,
considered?
because he's led the group.
Is it
Do
2
I
fails
also
or
mark
just
a stress for
one
myself?
fail?
It's
Or
yeah, it's a fail for each, right? So it's a fail. It's a group action, and he would mark 1 stress for each of his teammates' failure.
Okay.
even if we succeeded? Like,
Even
let's say
if
I
you-
rolled a 5.
Yes,
Even if
I
you
think so.
succeeded, if you rolled a 5, the group would have succeeded, but he would have
Oh,
still
okay.
marked 1 fail
Cool.
because Tyler didn't succeed. Also,
So all of us failed then.
yeah, is it
So we
collectively?
should get 3 stress?
I don't think he
Yeah.
marks stress because he'll for himself because it's going to be the complication, right?
Right. So he marks stress for us too, but not for him. Okay.
Yes, I think that's how that
Okay, I
works.
just want to make sure we're getting the rules nailed down as we go.
Yeah, I mean, you look around and yeah, other than the door itself or like the small building, there's no really great hiding spot. And you maybe get back there, but like they open the door. It's a group. I was gonna say like 2, but I'm actually gonna say you're in a worse position. It's actually there's 4 guys there, and they all kind of like go and they start like fanning out. Maybe you're hiding behind like the little building. But they start fanning out and just like talking. They're spreading out. They're not really, they're kind of staying around the door itself. So I'm putting you in a worse position.
Sure.
Now it's now going to be desperate
Okay.
of whatever you try next. And telling about what you try next. He's one guy like lights a smoke and he starts like putting it to his mouth and he's like, yeah, I'm thinking about I'm thinking about getting some coin and taking a week off. Gotta see my family. Yeah, and he everyone's like, yeah, but family. I can't wait to go get this new stuff. If you've ever tried it, it's called the Red Ichor. So good.
Sly smiles. Sly's gonna kind of look at Red and motion for him to make a distraction.
Your teammates motioning you.
Well, in that case, I produce a vial of red ichor that I have in my pocket, and laconically kind of stroll around the corner and say, "Some of this."
Do you have a vial of drugs in your loadout?
Oh wait, is this?
I mean, I do now. If I don't,
But is it like in the section of things here?
I mean, no.
All right.
Not that I can see.
All right.
It doesn't seem like a standard item of any kind.
Take 1 stress. Was a flashback. We'll say you put it in your pockets
Just in case.
just in
Ooh, that's a
case.
good idea.
Okay, I take 1 stress.
What were you thinking when you took this the item from your boat?
I mean, it's right. You never know. You got to pay someone off. Sometimes coin won't do the trick.
Don't lie. You're gonna use it for yourself.
Nah, I don't sample that. I sample the merchandise, but I don't imbibe.
All right. Yeah. You stroll out. How coolly? How are you doing? What are you trying to do here? Like, what is you're trying to like? What is you're trying to like? Like offer him. You're gonna bribe them in. Or
Yeah,
something?
I'm just trying to say, like, basically, yeah, not bribe, but like, just be like, oh, I'm allowed to be here.
It's away.
Are you so yeah, like they turn to you and they're like They like
I'm here. I'm clearly trying to put on the like I'm fine. Everything's fine. I belong here. Here's some drugs that I have. You know.
Hey, I
okay.
give it a note.
I mean, it
How do
sounds
you
like an
do,
action.
fellow
It sounds like an
druggies?
action roll, but will you tell me what kind you're doing?
I'm gonna sway these guys.
You gonna sway them? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that's gonna be desperate. They weren't expecting you here. You don't look like a member of their. They're selling drugs here. Selling drugs on their turf doesn't seem like a thing
I'm not
you
selling.
want.
This is a gift.
Oh, gifting. Okay.
First hit is free.
Well, I'm still just really desperate. Like this, you
No, that's fine. I'm just saying. Like I'm
But,
not offering to sell it to them. I'm just giving it to them.
definitely standard effect. I think if you were to, consort and partake, maybe it would have been great effect. But we'll do standard effect with desperate. With the desperate action, don't forget to put a mark an XP in the kind of like attribute of the skill that it's in, because you get to mark
Correct.
those for every desperate you roll.
Because I am. Is that specific to me?
Everyone, if you ever make a desperate roll, you
Right.
mark.
The other ones are. Mine is when you address a challenge with stealth or evasion. Right. Okay, got it. Or is that everyone?
That's
Yeah,
later.
that's
That's later. I'm talking about just mark it now. We'll do all those stuff at the end of the session.
Okay.
Sorry, just to clarify. So yeah, there's two separate tracks. There's like all that stuff, which is your playbook XP, which would like unlock those new abilities. But then there's like strictly your attributes, which it's just when you roll desperate, you get XP in them.
Yeah. So see how there's like those little ticks on like insight, powers, and resolve.
Yep.
You just mark one, and it's whenever you
Yep,
roll a
yep,
desperate action.
Right. Okay. And it's just a little confusing because in the mark XP section it says every time you roll a desperate action, mark XP in that action's attribute, and then right above it there's like here's an advancement track, but this isn't for that.
Right.
It's for the other one.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So I'm ready to roll.
Yeah. Go for
If
it.
there's any bonus dice that I should be aware of.
If when someone helps you, they can give you one bonus dice if they take one stress. If you take two stress, you can get a bonus dice. If you push yourself, it could be, instead of a standard effect, it could be great effect, or you can get a bonus dice if you push yourself. Additionally, if you want, you can hear a devil's bargain, in which case I will tell you something bad that will have to happen with pass
Regardless
or
of what
fail.
happens.
Oh, that'd
Okay.
be good.
But you
Oh, wait,
can
you are gonna help? Charnel?
Well, I'm gonna help. I'm gonna walk out to him and just be like, "Whoa, is that red ichor? I heard so much about it."
Oh my God, Sly's just freaking out behind the little building.
You said make a distraction. What did you think we were gonna do?
I was expecting you to make the distraction. I was waiting for Charnel to like whip out his blade and like cut these people if things went south. But
might
I'm
still
just kinda
happen.
like,
You know, I can still do that. I just like
No,
to
I
help
know,
with
I know.
distraction.
But I was just kind of like hoping that Red would ease it over himself. But no, that's
I'm-
fine. Sly's just gonna
I'm
Oh, yeah.
gonna
sit there
swing
and be like,
around and just be like, "Ooh, is that the red ichor I heard so much about?"
If you fail, I'm gonna say that the consequence might be harm. By the way,
Okay.
or Chris, they might like try to rough you up and take your drugs because you're on their turf.
Everything good then?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a bonus dice, and ooh, a fail. Yeah, so they're gonna like, go and like, one of them like pushes you, and like one of them pushes you and tries to like wrestle you for the drugs, and the other guy like tries to gut punch you. So I'm gonna give you punched in the gut, level 1 harm. You could of course choose to resist this harm. If you had armor, you can resist it if you mark the armor off, or you just take the level 1 harm.
I'll take armor to resist it.
Okay, so you just mark it off, and then it gets reduced to 0. Yeah, now you're like in like this, like he's trying to, this guy, he's, he has like kind of like a sort of button-up shirt, like a work shirt. It's tied. He has like this like yellow little handkerchief, and his like face is like a little greasy and black. His hands are black too, like he hasn't like washed them, like because there's no like, if there's clean water, like the water in the rivers are like ink black, like actually ink black, not just like the depths. They're like ink. So like he's the very dirty looking fellow. And he's like giving you a smile, and he's like, "Ha! We got some red ichor here," and he's like trying to wrestle it out of your hand.
I'm gonna intervene.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
I want to rip the soul out of his body.
Okay, how are you gonna do that?
I'm going to grab his collar and then yank his soul from there, make it look like I'm throwing him, but it's his spirit.
Okay, what skill, attribute, or special ability are you gonna use to try to accomplish this?
I'm gonna use Ghost Fighter. It's like grapple with spirits, and I'm assuming that that would extend to like ripping a man's soul out.
I
don't know if it does.
I'm gonna say
But I just found this
sure.
out.
Definitely desperate. What skill are you gonna try to roll with this action?
I'm probably gonna roll hunt, I think.
You're-
I think I'm gonna roll skirmish. No, I'm gonna roll skirmish because this is a scrim. We're scrimming.
All right, so you're gonna roll skirmish, sure. Yeah, let's call it desperate because that sounds crazy dangerous to do. And I'm gonna say effect is limited. So it might heal. Yeah, let's say the effect is limited. We'll see what that happens when you actually no. Let's bump up to standard. Sure, why not? Let's just do it.
Standard? Okay.
Standard. Let's do
Desperate, standard. No bonus dice. Darn
Oh
it.
no, hold on. Sly's gonna come around the corner. And his eyes are glowing with like ethereal blue-green energy as he's like channeling energy into you as you try this maneuver.
Oh, thank you.
And his face is in like a tight grimace as he's like, "God damn it, Charnel!" He's like trying to like feed you ectoplasmic energy as he's like coming around the corner. And at this point, his
Oh.
hood is down and he's like not even hiding.
Ah.
All right.
Oh, you got that 4, so I take a stress for that, right?
Yeah, you take a stress for that. Yeah, I'm gonna mark 2 segments on the Lampblack's alerted clock.
Oh.
Because you're fighting up here. They're making a bunch of noise.
I'm assuming I'm stressed too.
You're not stressed. You don't get stressed from doing that. You get stressed from helping. How do I do this? Multi-sided. There we go. Choose side.
You gotta be
Excellent.
more savvy, guys. We're
Choose.
supposed to be savvy.
There we go. I'm marking two stresses on the score of the Lampblacks are alerted. The guy is like you throw his soul and he like kind of like stares at you with like this like big blank. His like pupils are probably super dilated. He's like his arms are limp now. He's like kind of like a shadow of the person he was just a second ago as you like tossed his soul like off the roof or whatever. And probably everyone else doesn't really see what happened, but maybe Sly does see his spirit fling off into the off the roof, and it like kind of floats and floats away down, and he's gonna be weirdly like pliant to commands and such until his soul manages to get back into his body. So
So cut it out.
so
Back
Downstairs.
off.
it's gonna run back upstairs, yeah, or like fly up after it realizes what's happening to him, or like after he realizes what's happening to him. So there's what did I say? There's 5 other people here, and they're did I say that?
I think there was 4 in total.
There were 4 in total, yeah.
Okay, there's 4 of us. There's 3 other people here, and like one of them draws a switchblade, and the other one makes like a menacing kind of tough gesture. And he's like, you shouldn't have came here to mess you up.
Well, we
Oh,
do things the nice way.
yeah.
What are you doing? Yeah, they're gonna come at you and start trying to fight you. What do you do?
Ah,
Yeah. Sly's gonna pull his pistol out and fire a shot.
I'm already circling behind them in the chaos.
Okay.
This is reflexes.
Who acts first? Me.
Because your quick reflexes, yeah, you managed to circle behind them. What are you attempting to do here?
I'm gonna slice one of their throats.
Okay, sure. What skill are you using to do that? Accomplish this feat of, I don't know what word. I want to say viscera. You viscerally slice his throat as he gurgles on blood. But what do you do? How are you doing this?
I'm using prowl.
Prowl?
He didn't.
Do you have like a knife or something so you can mark off?
Yeah, blade.
Yeah, mark a blade. Cool. Prowl, slicing his throat. I'm gonna say standard effect, but I'm gonna keep you on desperate. It doesn't sound like a thing you should is easy to do here.
Certainly not. Okay. Standard effect.
Yeah, sure. If you managed to, you'll get him. 4. All right. Let me look at the consequences section again. I might reduce the effect and just give him some harm. But let me see. Maybe I'll just have you slice his throat and his friend shoots you or something.
Damn.
Consequences. 168. Yeah. I keep closing the book. All right. I went to the wrong section. Consequences. $168, isn't it? 168. It was, but 169, 183. Let's go to 183 instead and see if that's better. It's not better. Is it on page 31? Oh, it is on page 31. Okay. Reduce effect, complication. No, yeah, I definitely am going to say, yeah, you slice his throat. I'm going to choose side. I'm going to say the fuzz arrives. I'm going to mark 2 ticks on the fuzz arrives because
Giant scene.
the spirit bells ring dong dong deep in Charter Hall. They're at the there's a crematorium run by the spirit wardens. Whenever someone dies, that bell rings, but supernaturally it is only heard in the region of where the death is. I'm actually gonna mark also one more tick on the Lamblacks alerted because the people in this building have heard the tick go, and so they're freaking out because they know that the spirit wardens will arrive shortly with their, a flock of spirit crows, take flight from like Charter Hall's like the chimneys of Charter Hall, and are like making their way circling to the neighborhood, in which they'll circle big circles like vultures, slowly spiraling in until they're hunting the loose spirit that will surely make it escape the bounds of this dead body after it cools. Yeah, so that's what that happened. But he falls to the ground like with a wet thud. The person who has the knife turns to try to stab Chris. Andrew, you said you're shooting?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was gonna. Sly pulls out his pistol and fires at the guy who's trying to make a move on Red.
Okay.
Or whoever is closest. He's literally just coming up for like making distance from around the corner, and he just pulls out his pistol and tries to fire point blank.
Sure, yeah, sure. Let's put you in a risky situation, and a standard effect. You'll shoot him, and if on a fail, Chris might be put in a spot. We'll put you position risky because you're not right in the action. You're shooting a guy who has a knife. The other guy, draws his pistol and starts to shoot at Charno. But we'll see how you shoot. What skill are you using to shoot this guy?
I'm gonna hunt him down.
All right.
With my pistol. So you said it's position risky?
Yeah, I'm gonna say position risky, standard effect. I think
Okay.
it's like a shot. It's not like right in the melee. You're firing into melee, but you're trying to fart. Oh man, the shot goes off. You hear people screaming and yelling, "They're on the roof! They're on the roof!" As the Lamplex have been alerted to your presence.
Oh.
The guy
It's time to get creative.
the guy is trying to stab Chris in a knife fight. But right now, what's even more important, perhaps even more deadly, is the other remaining guy. Drew his pistol and he was gonna shoot Charnel. What do you do, Charnel?
I take the pistol out of his hand.
Okay, how are you gonna do that?
He's pointing it at me.
Yeah, like how? What? Not describe it, but what skill you're using to take it out of his hand?
I think I'm gonna go with the command. Be like, hey, give me that.
Oh, you're gonna command him to give him the pistol after seeing some of
his friend's throat get cut.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna say this is. I'm gonna say this is probably. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say this is 0 effect. If you want, you could push yourself to make it limited effect, or you can hear a devil's bargain. But yeah, you're gonna make that roll. I'm gonna say it's definitely a desperate position.
Okay.
Also.
So you're saying it's 0 effect unless I push myself, so it's limited, or I can make a devil's bargain.
Yeah, I think also your friends might be able to help you to get a different effect. Let me look at how teamwork works. And a devil's bargain is something bad happens, regardless, pass or fail, but you'll get a die. Or you can either get a die, or I think you can increase your effect with a devil's bargain. So, I believe.
I want to go with devil's bargain. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Okay, but let me double check how teamwork works also.
I need to drive fear into these people's hearts. I asked this man to give me his gun, and he just did it. And we need a reputation to go up.
Wait, what?
But
How are you gonna make a reputation go up?
we're in a skirmish, and there's a guy pointing a gun at me, and I say, hey, give me that, and he gives me his gun. I think that's pretty cool. That's big rep.
I think Sly's gonna have to try and slam the door shut. So we don't get ambushed.
I got
entirely.
We're gonna be okay.
Got what?
I got ideas. We're gonna be okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Devil's Bargain. I feel like Devil's Bargain normally gives you does Devil's Bargain normally give you dice? Let me double check. You might just have to push yourself, but you could of course push yourself and take a devil's, or can you? Yeah, I don't think you can do both. Sorry. Scratch that. Devil's Bargain. 198. That's bad stuff, but let's bargain. Devil's Bargain. No, that's screw it. I'm just gonna make a ruling. It might change later, but yeah, you could take your Devil's Bargain. You can of course hear what the Devil's Bargain is. I'm going to say that I'm going to say the devil's bargain will be that the lampblack's head and are like, you know, at least a couple of them are now in the alchemist's room to protect him and their stuff. Do you accept this devil's bargain?
Yes.
Okay, so that's true. Regardless, they've made it. They've made it up the stairs and are like in his room, and they've like are barricading it and like protecting it. There's probably a few of them on their way to the top of the roof, but they've decided to secure their person. Make your command roll. It is definitely desperate and definitely limited effect.
Okay. So you said you were helping?
With this?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I'm helping with this. I was actually going to turn my attention towards the door and start like slamming it shut, so we can't get ambushed.
No bonus dice unless red.
Red? Chris? Is he muted?
I'm not muted. Christine's talking to me. What did you say?
Do you want to help me ask this man to give me his gun?
I don't know how I would help. Not really my character's style.
Stared him menacingly, I don't know.
I mean, he's also like in the middle of a knife fight, to be fair.
That is true. Good point. Alright, this works. Oh.
Oh no. Yeah, he shoots
no.
you. Yeah,
Fuck.
he gonna shoot you.
Give me this gun. Sure. Bam.
Give me part
He's
of it.
gonna shoot you and then throw the gun at you, because it's like one of those like flintlock one shots. So I'm gonna say you're gonna take a, I don't know. I'm gonna say you take a level 3 harm, called shot in the chest. If you have armor on, so you could decide right now if you have armor. Click that you have armor in your sheet, and it'll be reduced to level 2 harm. And
I had armor this whole time.
Okay, sure, yeah.
How would he know that I had armor?
You have to mark both boxes.
Gotcha.
And I think everyone said they had the normal load, which is 5
Yeah.
boxes. So, and you said you didn't say you had a weapon yet.
No,
Yeah.
I'm using my fists.
Okay. Yeah, you got shot, but you have a level 2 harm instead of called shot in the chest, called I don't know. It's a flesh wound. Yeah, Chris, there's a guy with a big knife, and you have a knife, and you're knife fighting. What do you do? Because he's coming at you, raising his knife, pointing, screaming, ah!
I take a quick sidestep and slice him in in the side where he's not carrying his knife.
Okay, what skill are you using to do that? Finesse. That sounds, with your description, I think that's fine. I mean, definitely, I don't know. Let's put you in a risky position. It's not particularly dangerous one-on-one knife fighting. You've probably done this before. And we'll put standard effect.
Sorry, still desperate or?
Oh, risky, I said.
Risky,
Sorry.
okay. Risky standard. Oh.
2. Ooh. Yeah. So I'm gonna give you a level 2 harm called cut. You could resist it if you want, and make a resistance roll to resist this harm. And I think additionally, there's...
Sorry, did you say 2 or did you say...
A 2 harm, that level 2 harm.
Oh, okay.
So, Chris, do you resist this roll? Or resist this...
Yeah, I'll resist, sure.
Okay, so resist is you make a, I don't know, let's call this a prowess roll, maybe. Yeah, we'll call it a prowess roll. So roll your prowess, and I don't know if is there like a resistance roll. Is there like a thing on
Just click prowess, like the name to roll it.
Yeah, click that, and it's 6 minus your highest roll will be the amount of stress you take. So you'll take 2 stress, and then but you'll reduce the cut to level 1, and we'll call it it's just a scratch.
Toshan, does he still do something with a 4, or does that fail?
For the finesse?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did I not? Maybe yeah. He definitely got.
I get him.
You get him, but he also got cut. Yeah.
Okay.
He suffers a consequence.
Ah.
So yeah, you get him. He's like clutching his wound. He falls. Maybe he's still alive, but he's definitely like just holding his wound and like waiting for like his people, which are rushing up the stairs at this moment. Sly, you said you were holding the door shut.
Yeah. I'm trying to. Well, I'm not even holding it shut. I'm trying to use my demolition tools.
Okay.
Which I had with me this whole time to just like slam spikes into the door and like barricade it, essentially, like seal it. I'm trying to seal the door.
Okay, sure. What are you using to seal the door? What skill?
I'm wrecking this door so that it doesn't open ever again.
Okay, that sounds cool. I'm definitely say it is. I mean, I don't know. They're not there right now. There's still a guy with a gun still fighting Charnel, but he's fighting Charnel, so I'll put you in a controlled position. Okay. And so we'll say great effect. Why not? Do you want to accept here Devil's Bargain, or do you?
I'm actually debating pushing myself right now to give myself a bonus die.
Okay.
So, and I will do that actually.
Okay, so push yourself is costs 2 stress, and you get a bonus die.
Yeah.
To ooh 6, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, you like freaking. I don't know what you did, but like you like probably like poured something on like the handle, and it like blew up a little bit. Like it started melting the handle, and it's all like fused together now. And you like you spiked it at the same time with some sort of like clay. I don't know, that you like jammed in it and then blew it up with spikes. So yeah, this door is never gonna open ever again. So now that there's it's 3-on-1 against one guy, I'm gonna put you in a controlled position to whatever you do, because he doesn't have a weapon. He's gonna be fighting his fists also. But I'm a little interested how you're dealing with this guy, but I'm also further super curious on how you'll get the goods now that you've locked your way
Don't
of
worry,
egress.
I still got 2 plans cooked up, but I don't know how I'm gonna deal with this guy.
All right. So he's like fighting. He just shot Charnel. You're like gripping your stomach or whatever, your side, because he's just a flesh wound after all. Because like the big blast, your armor absorbed most of it, but it couldn't cover all the spots. What do you do?
Right.
What does anyone do? This one guy, he's like fighting. He's like looking around at his friends. He's like, "What are you doing, just standing there?" To that one guy whose like soul is like gone.
So my blade is slick with blood, but I'll brandish it and say, "Do you like your odds? I suggest you get lost."
Wait, where's he gonna go? He's stuck on the roof.
All right.
I'm gonna take the guy whose soul.
You can go down a fire escape.
What do you do? What skill are you using to do that?
Right.
Sorry, did you say it? I couldn't hear you.
Sway.
Sway.
It just makes sense.
Sure, yeah, controlled. I'm gonna say controlled with controlled. effect. Sure.
Head for the hills and we won't come after you. You really gonna fight all three of us?
Standard effect, I think. Controlled. Five. Okay, yeah. I'm going to mark the fuzz arrives up 1 tick.
It's the fuzz.
Definitely, it'll be the spirit wardens, followed by maybe, once the spirit wardens come, a cadre of the blue coats, because they don't really travel crow's foot unless they're in like a gang of people, because there's too much crime. They don't want to get
Killed.
how did I do that?
Oh no.
I rolled the side. Choose side. I think it was at 4? No, was that 3? Or was it 2?
half.
It's half. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna mark it to 4. Choose side. Okay.
Oh no, it was 2 before that.
Okay.
It was 3 after you marked the extra one.
There we go. Yeah, so like, he like looks at you and he's like, and he like, runs for the fire escape and he starts going down. You hear the clattering. You hear like the banging of the door, like and like someone tries to kick it, boom, boom, but like the hinges are probably melted together and like fused to the frame. So what do you? I mean, like, how are you getting in?
We gotta go through a window.
I'm gonna throw the guy whose soul I just stole through the window.
We're on the roof.
Well, I'm gonna do that anyways. I'm gonna drag this guy with me. It's my new golem.
Okay, so you're gonna drag him.
Oh, you want to take him with you?
You're gonna drag him down the fire escape and throw him into the window.
Yeah, after I rob him though, what's in his pockets?
Oh my god.
Okay, well, just note that
We'll
you've
know if
robbed.
we have the time for
I was gonna say, Sly's already looking for like a way to get off the roof.
All right. Yeah. So you said you're going through the window, Red and or Charnel. Describe like how you're doing that.
Well, I mean, Charnel kind of described it already, didn't he?
Okay. Yeah. So you're gonna go and throw him in. All right. What? I mean, that sounds like some sort of skill.
I don't have a rack.
What skill are you rolling to smash this man through a window and gain entry to this to like the workshop, I guess?
I'm gonna use command and tell him to get in there.
Well, Tyler, just keep in mind, you don't have to use the skills that you have points in. You can use Rec still.
Oh, I
Yeah,
can?
you don't
Oh. I think it's funny if I just tell him like just fucking jump.
All right. Sure.
Oh
You know.
god. Okay.
I mean, I said he would
Sean, you'd say the guy would be suggestible.
it's a vegetable. So
Well, yeah,
I'm gonna
there's
say
no soul, I can tell him what
controlled.
to do.
I'm gonna say controlled, and I'm gonna say limited effect. Go.
Okay.
This poor guy.
Anyone want to help me? Tell this guy to fucking do a cannonball, jump through the window.
You know, Sly feels a little conflicted about telling a soulless man to jump, but he's gonna watch. He's not gonna stop you.
So that's a no.
This works. This is the plan. This is the backup plan.
Yeah.
This was the
Bird.
plan all along.
Bird, let's hype him up to do this.
I'm gonna hype up whoever this dude is.
I just want the extra die. That's all.
I'm struggling to think how I would help.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
I don't know if he can really be. How does helping even work? Do I just say like I'm helping?
You just tell me how you're helping, and you take a stress, and then it gives a die.
Yeah, I can't think of any way that I could be really helpful. It's okay. It's fine.
Okay.
This isn't gonna be a difficult roll.
Command 5 limit effect. Okay, so some consequence.
6.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah. Okay, never mind.
That's not 0. That's a skill at 2.
Ah, okay, never mind. I take it back. It is exactly a success, and this man cannonballs through the window as like glass goes everywhere, and he's like laying in the glass, and he's like ah.
Oh my god.
Imagine like Family Guy, like him like laying on the ground with
He's doing the Family Guy death pose.
yeah, he's like screaming. Ah!
This is actually gonna cause like a bit of a flashback for Sly.
I'm gonna take the
he-
Fuzzerize. I'm gonna take the. Wait, never mind. It wasn't a fail. I was gonna take it up because it was the noise alone, but no.
yeah.
So you're in some other room of the workshop. They were probably like barricading the front door, and you're probably in the room with the alchemist, like in the back room.
Found the grow up.
He's he's like this weedy looking little guy. There's like notes everywhere along like on pieces of paper. There's like chalk on the walls. There's like ink all over. There's like any surface is like written. There's like formulas and stuff. Immediately, Sly knows that some of this is like demonology stuff. It's like it's a little unclear what he's doing. Definitely some of it looks like it was worded. And there's definitely like pieces of paper that were like hanging over the window. Like you could probably still see some of it because the window's smashed open, but you can kind of see it as you like step in. Is that there wasn't any curtains, but there was like these strips of paper that are written like signs of protection from like spirits and such,
Okay.
and demons. They're like sealed with like wax against like the window frame.
Interesting.
He like looks at you like what, like scared, and he like tries to grab like his like notebook, and he's gonna try to run out the other room. You see like before you there's like crates of like what looks like probably stuff, because on the far wall there's definitely some sort of cooking operation where you cook the drugs up with his alchemy skills.
I say, I quickly, I was like, let him go. Quick, let's get the crates.
Okay.
So we each grab a crate and haul it out the window.
All right, yeah, it's at this moment, like a bunch of lampblacks come in. They bust in through the door because he was running. Ah!
Luckily, I was prepared for this eventuality.
How? Are you having a flashback now, or?
Earlier today, I had rigged the power connection from this building to disconnect. I have put a small little squib that'll pop it off and douse the building in darkness.
Okay. And it goes off at this exact time?
Exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna say that's too stressed, but it happens.
Right.
Like the guys are like dark. There's like a few bullets. Like two of the guys. There's like a big group of them. Let's say there's 6 people. 2 of the guys shoot. There's like the flash, but they couldn't aim in the darkness. And as soon as the thing went dark, you timed it so like you were supposed to like be entering the room and like leaving at that time when everything went.
This entire time the heist has been going off. I've been like looking at my stopwatch, being like, "Oh my god, oh my god."
All right, yeah. I mean, it goes off. They're like it plunged into darkness. The only light is coming. Is probably coming from like a single little like Bunsen burner after like the flash of like the light is coming from your eyes, and maybe vaguely you can see maybe some like little bits of light coming from like far away through the window, because there's no stars and it's like cloudy and everything, so maybe you can see out the window a few other building lights and stuff, and the kind of faint glow of street light, but it's not like super bright, and you're on the 3rd floor, so you're basically in darkness. And like one guy's trying to like light a lighter. You see like them like flicking a lighter. What do you guys do?
Trying to get the fuck out of the window.
Fuck out of here before I figure out what's going
Get
on.
out of here.
Yeah.
All right, what skill are you rolling to get away? Honestly, I feel like we could maybe end the score here and just have a very short score. Let's do
It wasn't
that.
that short.
Sure, let's do that. Let's end the score here. You guys will roll your tier, and I will roll my tier, and we'll narrate kind of the result on this gang's tier. Your tier 0, and I think you can access your tier through your crew sheet
Okay.
to roll a fortune test. And I will roll a fortune test for this crew from the factions table. Hilariously, this will be the exact moment the guy's soul gets into his body and he screams all the louder. So this was the Lamp Blacks. Here too. How do I make a roll for these people?
Oh, here it is.
Roll fortune, number of dice, 2.
Okay.
Submit.
Okay, so we roll 2 dice, pick the lowest, right? Because we're tier
Oh.
0.
Yeah, and we don't have any bonus dice or anything. I don't know how you'd even get bonus dice on this roll.
I don't know. Just
Well, I
yeah.
guess it might be relevant because the good stuff is we roll tier plus 2. So there you go.
But I think that's for the product quality of our drugs.
Right, but for that specific tier roll, that's what we would roll, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna roll this. There. I rolled a 6 and 5. You rolled a 5 and a
Ooh.
2.
Very sad.
Oh, just a 2 because you take the lowest. Okay.
Nobody's.
Yeah. So now that you've made good on your escape, and something bad happens. Definitely, they've identified you. The guy that was alive and his soul that came back. He recognized one of you because he was like definitely addicted to red ichor. So they know that it was you who stole their stuff, and they're like a big gang.
Interesting.
They confront us, they'll be like, you don't know us.
And definitely, having the spirit wardens come and question you isn't a good thing. So like they won't say anything to they won't say anything to the blue coats, but the spirit wardens, they're not gonna pretend like you didn't hit them, because they won't want their vengeance anyway. And you can't go killing someone for vengeance because that just brings the heat down on you. So might as well loose lips you to the spirit wardens. So let's see what we do now at the end of the game. Okay. Plans and loadout, the score, teamwork. Okay, fine, all good. All right, I don't know. Sure. Also, I'm gonna fail because you failed this roll. I'm just gonna fail an unknown demon benefits.
Excellent.
They wanted you to do this.
I like it.
I'm gonna fill that
The
clock
more
up.
we interact with demons, the better.
Choose. Save. All right. Okay. So
Wait, they're filling it entirely? Oh, entirely, I see.
yeah,
Interesting.
I'm gonna fill it entirely.
Wow.
What?
Oh, I thought he was saying like he was gonna like fill it a bit, but he filled the whole circle.
No, filling the whole circle.
Orange.
All right. So now that we've done the score, how do I like figure out everything? How do I do this? It's my first thing. I definitely read this book a long time ago, and now that I have this playing, I don't know what to do. The crew, the score, giving up on a score, flashbacks, loaded details, payoff. So I guess it's in payoff section. After the score, oh, do I just go through this now? It's downtime. Sure, payoff. After a score, the PCs take stock of their income from their operations. A successful score generates both rep and coin. You earn 2 rep from a score by default. If the target of the score is higher than you take +1 rep per tier. So that's 4. If your operation went quietly and no one knows about it, you earn 0 rep. Okay, so
That's definitely not gonna happen.
the crew only earns coin based on the nature of the operation and any loot they've seized. Okay, so I don't know. Is this a standard score or a big score? I'm gonna say it's a standard score. Definitely a medium amount. So that's 6 coin.
It's only what we can carry like ourselves.
Coin? Okay.
So 6 coin.
Nice.
What do I thought there was like a thing. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay, so most districts have a crime boss that expects smaller crews to pay to them. So I think your crime boss is the Hive, I believe, right? If I'm
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems about right.
At least for where we're working, yeah.
So subtract coin equal to your crew tier +1. So are you gonna pay to them?
I mean, I don't see why we wouldn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
We wanna
Especially
keep,
given
like,
that we
good-
accrued so much heat.
Yeah.
Oh.
If we'd pulled it off without anybody noticing, maybe we could have just kept it under wraps. But
Yeah.
Okay, pay off them. Yeah, so you pay off to the Hive, and you know, at your regular meeting time, there's like a gentleman with like who's dressed in like kind of like a golden like long coat with like kind of silver flowers embroidered on it, kind of like very bright, and he has like this big droopy hat, and he's kind of like, you know, the gondola, kind of like it's like being pushed in the canals in the Silk Shore, and he says and he kind of like knocks on your boat's door or whatever, like that, like whenever however a gondola comes to your boat. Yeah, and
I ring a bell.
he rings the small bell. He says, I'm here for the payment.
Yeah, Sly nods and hands him his dude.
He you know, gives you the nod and says, he takes a little bit of the money out and he gives it back to you, and he says, for the regular.
Sly nods and goes and gets him his stash.
And then he nods, and the gondolier, like, you know, rings a bell, dong, and he like pushes off, and the guy, like, you know, sits back, and he like he makes his way throughout the district collecting his boss's tith. Of course, you know, he's followed by like probably like two other gondoliers that like have like 4 people in them, and with like guns, but a ways away, and they're just kind of like, they like, one of the boats probably also stops, and they make a deal there too. It's because everyone wants a piece of your stuff.
I'm loving this trade.
And
That's hilarious.
it's good stuff.
It's good stuff. It's exquisite.
We may not be the best burglars, but we certainly know how to cook.
all right, so heat. Duskfall is a city of prying eyes and informants, both lying and ghostly. Anything you might do might be witnessed, and there's always evidence left behind. To reflect this, your crew acquires heat as they commit crimes. After a score or conflict with your opponent, your crew takes heat according to the nature of their operation. So, feel like definitely wasn't smooth and quiet. Definitely wasn't contained. It could be loud or chaotic, or even wild. I honestly think it was loud and chaotic, not
Not wild.
wild.
I think that's fair.
I'll leave something for.
You gotta
You don't want
gotta top
while you're-
this somehow.
exactly. If we had like brought
Yeah.
the whole thing down, that would have been wild.
That's fair. That is fair.
Let's do that next time. That could be fun.
Okay. So it's 4 heat for being loud, and then is it a high profile or well connected target? Not necessarily. I don't think lamp. Let me look actually if the Lamplex section, if they have one of the gangs in their pocket, Foghounds, Gondoliers, Ironhook Prisoner. No, yeah, see, they don't have any of those people in their pocket. However, they're allied with one of your allies currently, so that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what they say. Keep your friends close.
So add 1 heat to the situation happened on hostile turf. Yes, so that's 5. Add 1 heat if you're at war with the other faction. Not really. Maybe now, but maybe not. Add 2 heat if killing was involved. So that is 7.
All right, so we might have to lay low for a little
Yeah,
while.
we might have to cool off for a bit.
When your heat reaches 9, you gain a wanted level, and then you gain a level of wanted. Wanted level, basically, if you send your character to prison, the level of wanted level indicates how much time they'll do in Ironhook. Wanted level of 4 would be one of your characters just gone forever. Wanted level of 3 would be like a year or 2 sentence. Wanted level 2 might be several months, and a wanted level 1 might be a month or 2.
Okay, interesting.
Wanted level is 0 if your character goes to jail to clear just regular heat, might be a week, or the blue coats give you a beating or something.
Like, you
But
have
anyways.
to stay. We're gonna kick your ass. Like, okay.
There's also a prison claim. So how you have like the layer here, you can also send a bunch of people to jail and then play a game in jail and try to get jail stuff, which might be interesting, but
Yeah, okay, interesting.
maybe later. All right, so entanglements. Your crew just didn't spring into existence tonight. You have a complex history of favors, commitments, debts, and promises that got you where you are. To reflect this, after each score, you roll dice to find out which entanglement comes calling. An entanglement might be a rival crew looking to throw their weight around and demand some coin, investigator of the crew, or even a vengeful ghost. After payoff and heat are determined, the GM determines which entanglement for the crew using the list below, and the number of dice equal to the wanted level. And use that. If wanted level 0, use 2 and keep the lowest. Do I have dice here? No, I don't. I'm just gonna roll dice then. So 3.
Okay.
Okay. All right, yeah. I'm gonna say that a rival crew has the wraiths have sent their thugs to try just squinch some coin from your things. So this is you know, going out your business in Silk Shore, and you know, there's a moment when there's like probably like two guys creep along the back of the bow of the boat. What do you I'm gonna say Chris, Red sees them. We're kind of in free play right now, by the way.
Okay. So wait, did you say we're out of boat? Oh, because we're right. We take our boat with us when we do our business. Never mind. I was thinking we were away from the boat, but that's right. We stay on the boat.
So they're like creeping in. They're trying to get into the quarters to like take your gear or something, or whatever.
Okay.
Okay. Did they set off the traps we just set?
I don't know. Let's see. Roll your tier.
I love doing that. I'm not gonna stop doing that.
Just coming up with like things. That's great. I love
Yeah,
it.
we had traps.
Actually,
Sure, let's go for it.
Yeah.
Well, I think you have
Did they
secure
check
level
for the
1,
monster
so
we have?
Oh, I should have. Oh, right. So that's.
yeah. So they've seen these traps before. They know what kind of traps you have, and you maybe that's where you see them, is they're like slowly taking off like the trip hook that like would have like set off like an alarm. And that's when like they're like leaning down, and like they've already bypassed maybe like a man trap that would like take your foot off, and that's when you see them, Red. What do you do?
Well, I'm going to quickly get behind them. I'm gonna open a port, like a hatch that we've installed in our quarters, so I can get out the back way and slide into the hallway behind them.
Okay. And
I'm gonna give one a shot in the kidney with a blackjack.
oh, okay, sure, yeah. What skill are you using to do that?
That's prowl, baby.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say that's standard effect, and we'll give you risky because it's 2 against 1. Ooh, boom! He like the guy like goes to his knees in pain. He's like, and he like blood coming out of his mouth slightly. The other guy like turns and he's like, oh shit. And he has like, has like this like big face mask. The wraiths are essentially just letting you know, they're like kind of like the gentleman cat burglars of the world. They definitely go after they try target mostly night market, but they're rivals against the hive. So any dealings with the hive, they kind of like go after you too, because the hive is like they put on a front of being like good merchants, but they all run illicit activities out the backs of a lot of their establishments. So he looks wide-eyed at you, but he doesn't say anything as he tries to put a hand over your mouth and like pin your arm on the ground to give his friend a moment to like get up. What do you do?
Do we hear this ruckus happening?
I'm gonna say yeah, but Red has to do one more thing in order until you guys come in and show up.
Sure.
Okay.
So these guys are gentlemen thieves, right? Well, luckily, my background is in trade, so I've fenced lots of stolen goods in my time. I say, listen, we don't have anything worth taking. Just because we're hive affiliated doesn't mean shit.
Okay. I'm muted. I'm not muted now. Yeah, so that I mean, he looks at you and he's that definitely sounds like let's put you in a controlled position with standard effect. And what role are you using?
It's consort, because
Consort.
I'm talking about my trade background.
Sure. Yeah.
I know how to hold the stolen goods. It's not rolling. It's not doing this sort of thing. Sorry, standard effect?
Yeah, standard effect. Consort. All right. I mean, he's ooh. Oh yeah, okay. So I'm gonna give you a level 1 harm called punch in the gut. So he's gonna punch you in the gut, and then he's gonna grab his friend, and then they're gonna leave.
Right. What is I have just a scratch from earlier. Is that still there? And I get this too?
Yeah. So I think level 1 and level 2, I believe, have like 2 slots to put on it. When both those slots fill up, you take the negative effect that is there.
Yeah. What's less effect?
So instead of a standard, it would be limited.
Right. Okay. Well, how do you heal
Oh,
harm actually?
All right.
Just downtime?
Yeah, well, during downtime. So that's good.
Good job, Red. Protected the goods.
Is it called Rediker because your name is Red?
That's a good question. Why is your nickname Red?
I feel like there's name associations going on here.
Oh, I think I did a little too hard of like entanglement, but I like what happened. So, yeah, I'm just gonna let it at that. Next time it'll be different, but I like that. Ooh, but you stood up to them and lose 1 status. Okay, you might be at war now.
Oh.
Race?
Yeah, you're at war, I think, now. Stood up. Or do you give them 1 coin and then tell them to F off? I'll give you that option.
Oh, sure. I can give him 1 coin.
Sure.
That seems like a fair. Okay. I guess, and I pull a bag of coins out of my pocket and say, "Listen, let's not tell anybody about this."
The guy like takes it and he's like, okay, you know, because you're holding your gut, and he's like has his friend like on his shoulder, and he's like okay, and he slinks off, and they have like this little like rowboat that's like on the back, like tied to like the center axis of your paddle wheel when you're like docked there, and he throws his friend in, and he's like, ugh, ugh, and he like hops in, he's like okay, and like they row gently, and like because they're using like a rowboat and they've practiced at this a lot, they like gently, you don't even hear like the rowboat going, and they like slip into like one of the culverts or like low alleys beneath the streets into the darkness. So I'm gonna take a coin away, or did you take are we already?
I haven't taken away.
Okay, I took it away. Yeah, okay, so you're not at war then. Cool. Right, downtime activities. So you want to know how you heal. Well, you can acquire an asset, which would be a physiker, and he would heal you, and he would make a test to try to heal you. Oh, also you could have made a resistance roll and took in stress and made a stress roll to resist that.
I'll just take the harm. We'll go forward.
All right, so downtime activities, there's a bunch. You can acquire an asset, long-term project, recover, reduce heat, train, overindulge. Or not overindulge, indulge a vice. So that's asset, project, recover, eat, train, or vice. There's 5 of them, and you get to choose 2. And if you want to do more than 1, you can pay a coin and do it. Yeah, so now that you have a bunch of coin, also any unspent coin after downtime can go into your character's stash. Your character's stash represents like things you've bought and like things you've bought into. Each level, there's like 4 levels that you fill, represent your retirement. So I think once you get stressed out too much, or like you're after 4th trauma, you go and retire. Your character automatically goes into retirement. So you want to be doing like big jobs, lots of money. You want to be taking a lot into your stash, and then doing all that. But we'll see how that goes after your downtime activities. So, for example, you want to acquire an asset. So you want to go hire a physiker. And try to get him.
Do we each get to do things?
Yeah, you each get 2 actions.
Okay, so yeah, I'll hire a physiker.
So hiring a physiker is an action. Downtime activities. Hold on a sec. Where is acquiring asset? So if you don't have a fellow, do you have a contact who's a physiker or a fellow PC who could provide treatment?
I don't know. Could any of you do that? What would that be even?
Recovery is a long-term project, and you need to roll a tinker with a physiker special ability. I believe only a leech can do that.
Okay,
but does any of you have a contact that is a physiker?
I do not.
I don't think
Colin's a
so.
witch, but she's not a physiker.
It doesn't look like, unless a witch counts, then it doesn't look like we do.
Okay, so you're gonna acquire an asset. So you're gonna have to acquire an asset, then go for treatment as using both of your downtime activities.
That's fine.
So
I'm just like
an asset is a temporary asset, so for like one use only, a service, and constitutes a significant period of usage, making sense of the asset, typically the duration of a score. So basically from now until your next downtime, you'll have the access of a physiker. You could also acquire it and then have it used on standby. But yes, you roll your crew's tier and to see the quality of the asset. So since you're acquiring it, Chris, can you roll the tier? Or wait, we're supposed to like level your characters with rep, right? Or did we already do that? We already did that, right?
Did we?
No.
I don't think so.
Or did we do that at the end of the session?
The crew earns 2 rep score by default. I think we did that for the crew already. Like you're talking about. Wait. Crew earns rep. Actually,
I don't have any rep, so we didn't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, no. So you incur 2 rep by I think I went through that, but I didn't mark it in. So you gain 2 rep for default, plus 2, so it's 4. And you just earn 4 rep. So once this gets to the top, you'll be able to essentially buy, if you have enough coins, you can buy your way into tier 1. That's how you kind of level up.
Okay.
Additionally, when it goes up, I think you could maybe buy one of these other crew upgrades additionally. Okay, so roll your
or is it like an alternative thing? Never figure that out later.
It might be both, but I'm not 100% sure. So we'll do that later.
You only get to tier 4, but there's a lot of things, a lot of perf things,
So the result indicates the quality you get using the crew as the base. So it's tier -1, so tier 0, so it's -1. I don't know. You can't spend coins for result bonus. May set a minimum quality that this must be achieved to acquire a particular asset, for example. All right, yeah. So you I don't know. You want to spend 1 coin.
What can I do?
You can spend 1. If you spend 1 coin, I'll say it's a tier 0 physiker.
don't, I just don't do anything.
Yeah, if you don't, you couldn't acquire it.
So could I do something else with my time if I do that? Since you said one is acquire and the second would be to actually get treated. So if I choose not to acquire one, can I do something else?
Oh no, you'd this is the acquire asset roll, right?
Yeah.
So if you failed it, you've spent your time trying to apply a physical.
I know, but like then obviously if I fail it, then I can't be healed. I wouldn't take up the second one, and I could do something else.
Right? Yeah, you could
For the
choose
second, not for this one, obviously, but
for the second one, you could choose not to recover and do a different thing. Yeah.
I don't know.
If someone else wants to buy the opposite, like try to do it, they'll get a bonus dice because the rule says if you try again to acquire at the same asset, you get a +1 die because you spend time trying to look for one.
Well, I mean, because like, but then again, if I acquire it, I mean, it works for everyone or just me?
It works for everyone.
Because
actually.
Charles, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's wounded as well.
Yeah, I guess I'll spend the coin. It's probably worth it since it's going to heal both of us.
Spend a coin. He's a tier 0 physiker. Yeah, so he's going to.
Useless.
You're going to try to recover him. Then.
So I just roll healing or.
No, yeah, you're gonna roll tier 0 roll. You can roll your tier, and tell me what the result is.
Okay. It's a 4.
It's a 4. So a 4 is 2 segments on the healing clock.
Okay.
When that heals, all your wounds are reduced by 1. So anything that's 1 are healed completely. All your current things are at the same as they are. So you're still wounded. You're halfway to being. Or are you still wounded? Yeah, probably. So it's a 4 tier. Yeah, it's a 4 tick clock. All right, so that's you. Who else wants to go do things?
I know what I want to do, but I'll let Tyler go first if he has.
I don't know what I could do. I guess I just want to heal myself in this flesh wound.
You heal?
Well, probably a
okay,
good idea
you've
to,
acquired this since Red has acquired the services of a physiker. We're just going to name him now. Name's going to be Charles. It's physiker. Name.
Ingmar.
Charles what?
Ingmar.
Ingmar. Charles Ingmar. He specializes in leeches, and you acquired him. He kind of works out of probably the docks mostly. This is probably where you got him, because it's like where you set anchor. But since you acquired it, you can make a tier roll, or a healing roll. Oh, you can click the healing maybe. Tyler, click the healing button.
Hold on.
So it's right by your arm, right on the right. It says healing. If you cover it, click it and see what happens.
Which one?
Yeah. So
you scroll down where you wrote flesh wound. You see there's a little clock, and above that clock it says healing. Click that button.
There we go. How many dice?
0 dice.
Shit.
You rolled a 2. I believe that is 1 tick on your
clock or
healing clock. Am I in the totally in the wrong section now? This habit of just like closing the book when I'm not actively referencing it.
Using it? Yeah.
Terrible. It's terrible habit, but it's what I do, I guess. So harm 151, or should I put healing? Healing's probably better. Healing clock 155. Yeah, a 2 is a 1 segment on that clock. Yes, perfect. So you have a second action. You could, of course, choose to recover again. Your other options are a long-term project, recovery, reduce heat train, indulge your vice. If you indulge your vice, you would clear your stress. You took stress, right, Tyler?
I did. No, I didn't take stress.
No, did you helped people though, didn't you?
I did. I
Yes,
thought
it
they-
takes-
It
It takes at least 2 stress every time you help someone.
Oh, jeez. Okay. I
Oh,
thought
was it at least 2? I thought it was only 1.
It's 1. Sorry, but did you help people twice?
I helped Red.
I was gonna put 1 stress. That's the only time I remember.
Yeah.
You helped
I
them.
thought it was take stress if it fails.
No, it's whenever I tell you to take stress.
Okay. Now I'm stressing it in IRL.
That's fine. Don't be stressing. So you can clear your stress. Of course, you could try to clear heat. You could try to heal again. There's a long-term project, which is whatever you want it to be, really. It could be anything as simple as, I don't know, like casing a joint of the next mission, or could be like hiring this Charles Igmer permanently, or it could be.
I'm gonna indulge vice.
Oh, you're gonna indulge a vice? Cool.
Hold on. Tyler, do you understand how that works?
I assume Sean would just send me a picture of smut.
Yeah. So.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Isn't it like the only way to like reduce your stress?
It is the only way to
Stress?
reduce your stress, but if you roll and you clear too many ticks, you overindulge your vice and your character is out for the next mission.
Well, I think there was I think there's actually a few options potentially depending on.
Oh yeah, but that's one
I'm
of
okay
them.
with that.
They're all bad. Basically, it's like, at least for what's on the player's kit, it's attract trouble, which you select or roll an additional entanglement.
Mhm.
Brag, which gives us 2 more heat, which would give us a wanted level. Lost, which is where your character goes away and you have to play a new one for at least a session, I guess. And then tapped is you have to find a new vice. Like you get cut off. You gotta find a new source for your vice.
That's
rather.
fine. I'll do it.
Okay.
All right.
It's the life I chose.
So you're going to roll your weakest quality. In your case, it's prowess. And you're going to roll it. And if you roll anything other than a 1, something bad is going to happen to your character.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Do you still want to recover stress, or do you want to do something else?
No, let's do it. I'm in it.
Okay,
Shit.
2. All right, so your stress is clear. Do you... Like, yeah, you go to your vice den. Who's your friend? Mercy. So yeah, Mercy's probably... She probably, like, goes there with you, but it's not because it's, like, the smut. You probably go to, like, some weird uptown... Because your vice is luxury.
Right.
Discerning and sophisticated purveyors, quality smut. So you probably go to some, like, club. And she goes there with you. And yeah, do you
Standing with Mercy. and I pointed at-
which terrible thing do you do? Do you brag about doing the score against the Lampblacks? Do you think you attract trouble? Do you just become lost in smut, and you'll have to play a different character for next session? Or are you tapped and they kick you out and they're like, no more smut here for you?
I'm gonna brag.
Okay.
I'm gonna brag. I'm gonna point at a painting and be like, I did something like that today.
All right. Boop. You've acquired a wanted level. I don't know even what that means.
I gotta go to a garage to spray paint my car.
It makes our entanglements worse, I believe. Because
Okay.
now instead of rolling dice, we roll 1 die.
Okay.
At least.
Sure. And now, Sly,
Okay.
what do you want to do?
So I'm going to train my resolve. I'm going to work some arcane rituals and do some potions and things like that.
All right.
And then I'm going to go and purge my soul.
You're gonna do some
over with,
vice.
Yeah, gonna indulge in my vice.
Okay. What was your
That's how I go.
yeah? It was your vice prepare, Father Yorin of the House of the Weeping Lady, of
Yeah.
6 Towers. So 6 Towers is like this
Six Towers.
haunted neighborhood, and the House of the Weeping Lady is a weird occult religion. But Father Yorin he operates something on the side as a sort of business. He likes setting up things and getting things for people. So, you go and you pay him for your for the pleasure of getting into a room that's specially prepared, and he spent all day writing things to write the seals for you to perform this ritual that you do to purge your soul. So roll a
Commune with the spirits.
vice.
Okay. Oh, is there actually a vice roll button?
I think that's what indulge vice is.
Ah, cool. Okay. Oh, you can get bonus dice.
And you gain bonus dice. Oh, you clear 1 tick of
Clear 1
stress.
stress. All right. It's something. Oh, I just click it there. I see. Okay, so now down to 4. Okay. Good stuff.
All right. Red, you didn't indulge your vice to clear your stress. You would have taken more stress according to your trauma level. Your trauma level is 0, so you're free to ignore your vice right now. It doesn't have a hold over you yet.
So if you don't have trauma, it doesn't matter if you don't indulge your vice.
Yeah. Okay, so now you have 3 coins. So you can use them. You can either take them into your stash right now, or you could use them to spend them right now as coin. Because once it's in your stash, that's kind of like loaded into your character, and you would only be able to bring it back out as coin at a 2-to-1 ratio. You can of course keep them into your vault because you have 4 spaces, so you can keep them here permanently, or you could choose to spend them to do more things, and the like.
I personally am of the view that we should invest it into our crew as much as possible. Leaning towards vault, but I don't know what else other upgrades are and what their costs are. Let me see if I can find it. Crew upgrades, here we go. Yeah, well, I guess I'll just look at our sheet. So if I look at the crew sheet.
Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah, so like, what do the vault levels do?
All right. So right now you have 3 coin. So I could just show it to you. You have 3 coin. You could just keep them in your vault or whatever. And basically you could you can just keep them and spend them whenever you want. If you had more than that, you would have to get rid of them or put them in your stash, because your vault is only 4 big. If your vault is +1, it would then be 8, and if it was 2, it would be a total of 16 that you could keep in your vault.
What kind of crew stuff are you thinking of upgrading, Andrew? Since you've clearly read more than we have.
No, I've just been imagining and perusing. But wait, sorry. maybe
Oh
I'm
wait. Sorry,
misunderstanding.
you got a supply cache, by the way, because I forgot the mission. So you get 2 more coin. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Because you got a bunch of product, right? So every mission that you do to sail or get your supply now gives you +2.
Oh,
Right. Okay. Cool. So what did we get? Like that was just because of the mission that we were on.
Yeah.
So we can do missions in the future, like to get more turf, for instance.
Yes.
Like that.
So now we'll decide what the mission is, sort of now in like a little bit of free play. What kind of things you want to do?
Right. Well, first we got to figure out if we want to do anything with this coin, right?
So you have 1
Yeah.
coin, and you need to do something with it. What do you do?
1 coin? I thought we had 5.
Well, you have 5 coin, but you have to get rid of 1 by the time
Invest in NFTs.
Right. You have to get. Okay. So what do layer things cost?
Well, I was gonna say, do they cost coin or do they cost rep? Like, how do we upgrade these things? I assumed it was through coin, but I'm wondering if I was mistaken. Oh no, because rep gives us turf.
No. You have it a little bit backwards, but that's fine.
Okay.
Trying to figure out upgrade. Oh. Ooh. Let's just look up a rep. Rep 1.146 is probably where I'm looking for. Payoff, no.
Like perhaps we want to invest in a cohort and get like a person that can heal us. So you don't have to go acquiring an asset every time you want to heal. Because I feel like that'll be very inefficient.
I could just play a leech once one of us goes to prison.
That's fair. Well, yeah, because is that the only way we can lower our wanted level now? Is that someone has to go to jail?
Yeah, you could frame someone to go to jail for you.
Interesting.
I like
That
that
would
plan
be
of action. Let's do it.
Savvy.
Oh yeah, were you savvy? I think that's an oh yeah. All right, yeah, I think that's advancement. Let me look at it. Let me look at advancement actually to answer your question. I think the word I'm looking for is advancement. $49 for crew. So crew advancements. When you mark at the end of the session, you review the XP. You mark things. When you fill up your advancement tracker, which I believe is rep. No. When you fill up your advancement tracker, okay, it's right down there. It's XP. Yeah. You get to mark. You can either take a crew special ability or mark 2 boxes in the crew upgrade section.
So coin, at this point, we could just vault.
You could additionally use a long-term project to acquire a permanent asset like a cohort or whatever.
Okay.
And make rolls to do that, to try to like get it outside of the crew advancement structure.
So is coin only to do stuff in the short term? Like we can't use it to buy anything necessarily?
Oh yeah, you can buy stuff. Like that's just how you buy stuff, right? If you want to like say you want to buy a carriage, you would mark off long-term project or even make a carriage, and then you go about trying to acquire a carriage, and it gives you an extra roll on your personal, like your downtime activity. That's what coins do. And you can also I believe upgrade, give you bonus dice when you're making any of these downtime activities, because usually they're marked for free. You get 2 for free. If you want bonus dice, you can pay a coin into them, and all that.
Okay.
That's also what acquiring asset is. Asset's temporary. If you want something more permanent, it would be a long-term project.
Well, we could probably engage a long-term project to get a Physiker on staff. I'd be okay with that.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay, so I'm actually just going to put my laundry in the thing, and what are you telling me that you're saying you're doing?
We're going to have a long-term project to get a Physiker on staff.
Okay. Let me review the rules, or maybe I think you just roll. We determine the level of the ticks, probably an 8 clock or 6 or 8 clock clock, and you'll roll. Let me double check that after I put the laundry in the dryer.
Actually, Chris,
Mhm.
I'm wondering, do we want to spend this coin so you can go indulge your vice? And then,
Well, I mean, I could, but it's probably fine.
okay.
I'll just have to, avoid taking stress as much as possible next mission, and then I can go in next time. It's okay.
Okay, no worries. I'm just thinking, because the other thing I was thinking is you and Tyler could train your resolve to get 2 marks in it. Tyler, are those 2 marks from training, or was that from rolling?
Which marks?
Marks in your resolve there.
I think that was from training.
Oh, did you train?
Wait, no, it was from fuck. I forgot where I got those.
Okay, no, that's fine. I was just wondering if you had.
I think it might. Yeah, I feel like for some reason I feel like it might have been when I got
Oh.
shot.
I know why that's there. I think it's because I clicked your character sheet instead of mine.
Oh,
Because I didn't mark it on my character sheet. My bad.
not putting stuff in my character sheet.
Sorry, Tyler. Although, did you perform any desperate actions? I'm surprised you don't have any XP marks. I thought you would have had some. I didn't, but I thought you did have 1 or 2.
Well, I did.
Yeah, I know. Tyler, I know Chris did. What she marked. Anyways, that's fine. I don't know exactly what happened, but. And then I was just thinking, well, yeah. Again, I don't know if we want to like blow all our coin immediately, but I still don't know whether to understand coin is something that you want to.
Eventually, we don't want to like stash it all right away if we can use it to maybe make our crew better.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, well, that's the thing. If we can put it into some long-term thing, then I'm all for that. But if we
like
can't,
that's
in
the
any
thing. Like,
real
I
way,
like the idea of a long-term project getting a physiker because like they'll be useful, right?
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna get injured doing stuff. So
yeah, no, I think that's a huge priority. But I'm just also wondering, like, so are you proposing that we then like spend a coin to do long-term project, and then spend another coin to like work on it, and then like et cetera, until we can try and like, should we just spend potentially 3 or all of our coin?
yeah, well, I mean, it
bringing
probably is
physical?
worthwhile to keep a couple in the bank.
Wait,
You know,
That's true, actually.
In that time, I had some time to think. I'm going to tell you a couple of things. One, you could just say, you could always just spend 1 coin to acquire an asset, right? So you can just essentially rent a physiker worth 1 coin every time you are in downtime.
Yeah, but
If
I
you
tried
wanna-
that. It didn't work. So
No, he's still
maybe-
he's still on your staff. So if you want to go to him again, you could pay 1 coin and make another recovery roll, right?
Oh wait, like forever?
Right now, you would have to hire him again after, right? But if you
Right,
want,
okay. Not forever. So that's why I'm saying, like, if we spend the money to get one permanently, then we'll save money in the long run.
yeah, you'll save money in the wrong one.
We want to.
I'm not 100% sure if he'll be a part of your gang, but you could definitely, like, say, befriend Charles Igmer, making him a contact, therefore giving him free. And then once he's, a contact, you could then maybe hire him into your gang permanently, and then he'll be a cohort.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's whatever the process is.
I don't know what the process is, but I'm outlining a potential process.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I think that might be.
That sounds very hawkery to slowly.
Well, that's the kind of thing, like, that we
guy
would want
to be
to do
part of
rather than just buying their services every time. We can just be like, oh, well, let's be friends, and then eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna have to introduce ourselves. I got us some heat.
Okay, so I'm going to look at the long-term projects then, which is where, I don't know, in the downtime activities. This is like probably, this is either in like, since I already named him, it's probably Charles Igmer is and you're like there talking to him, and he's still on aboard your ship for the time being, because you've hired his services for 1 downtime. 1, 6. Oh, there we go. Use an action? No. Where's the downtime area thing? I have no idea. Who knows? Oh, there we go. I just flipped to the random page randomly. When you work on a long-term project, either a brand new one or an already existing one, describe what your character does to advance the clock and roll in a segment. Widely varying activities like doing research or investigating a ritual, establishing someone's trust, courting a new friend or contact, changing your character's vice, and so on. So you're saying you want to make a befriend Charles Zigmer the Physiker.
Yeah.
All right. So, I'm gonna say it's a 6-segment clock. Friend Charles Igmar. Doc. Friend Charles Doc Igmar. It's a 6-segment clock, and you're gonna roll. So you tell me what you do, and also tell me what skill you use to befriend Charles Igmar. And this is Sly doing his second action. Is that correct?
Oh no, my first action was to train, and my second action was to indulge.
Okay, so who's befriending this doc then?
We'll befriend the doc.
Well, yeah. I think what have we all done?
You all did two.
we've
So
all
you're
done
paying
two
you're paying 1 coin, and you're using 1 coin to pay for an
In that case,
additional.
I'll do it. I mean, unless
I mean, it sounded like Red was doing it, but I mean, it can be anybody.
Well, you can do it.
I mean, I don't know, unless you really want to. I mean, that's more in my court, I guess. But I guess this would probably be a sway roll, so that's probably more in my turf. So
Yeah, sway him.
yeah, I'll take a good doc out for a drink.
Okay, and also remember, whenever you take new harm, you will clear all of your old harm, or you'll clear all your recovery pips or whatever.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's terrifying.
So you're taking him out for a drink. What skill would that be?
Sway.
Sway? You're gonna talk to
that we charming gentlemen are a good source of income for him.
Is it sway, or is it perhaps something you're better at, like consort? Of course, I'm not telling you what you need to do. I'm just saying it could be that. That's the kind of like friendly mannerisms that
I was thinking about
you're describing.
I was thinking about consort, but
either way is fine. I think it's fine.
yeah, I mean I guess that makes sense. But like it kind of implies that like consorting is like with people you already know, you know?
Yeah, but it's kind of like showing them like you. Well, not necessarily. You can consort with other people and party with them. It's kind of
Just live with him.
Yeah,
Yeah, if that's the case, then yeah, I'll consort with. I don't know. I just
stop being bound by your own preconceived notions. La 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 la.
Yeah.
Oh, free your mind.
I'm gonna hunt him into being my friend. You're gonna be like, oh well, that's.
hey, you can. He's just gonna make it do like.
The point is like I want to use him in a way where Sean will say, oh okay, yes, the effect is standard, and not the effect is limited because that's.
I mean, I'll be honest, Chris. I think consorting fits better personally. Like,
Yeah,
I actually think it
that's
fits better.
I
mean, I can appreciate how you would see, like, because I think
Both of them
consorting
would
from,
work.
like,
I think it's
faction
going to be standard effect either way. You just roll the dice and tell me what happens.
This way is you're trying to convince someone to do something, and consort is just you're kind of socializing more generally.
Yeah. But yeah, again, it depends on your flavor, right? Like how you want to flavor
Okay,
it.
so what were you saying, Sean?
I'm gonna say it's gonna be standard effect either way, and position doesn't matter. A controlled position, I guess. Three, I believe that is like 2 tips on this clock of befriending.
Is it?
Let me look. It's
That might be 1.
Where is the clock?
I put it on the table.
The table? Oh,
Yeah.
could we not put on the? Oh, I guess it's fine. Do you want to put it on the crew sheet since it's like a crew?
Is it a? Can I put it on the crew sheet?
Yep.
And where? Oh, right there.
Clock.
Clock name. Oh yeah, I definitely want to do that.
That's cool.
Like it's really good. It's really kind. Although it's not a bad idea
Wait,
to have it on the.
what happened to the clock? Oh, there we go. It's a 6-segment clock called the Friend Charles. I'm also going to say make him your contact for the crew. Right? Because that's what you want, right? You want him to be the crew's doc, not your friend.
Mine person, yeah.
Right,
That's-
right, right.
Eight. There, cool. And I believe I do 1 tip? I don't know.
I think, well, based on the player's kit, it's 1.
Okay, then it's 1.
Yeah. It's basically 1, 2, 3, and then a crit is 5.
All right, so that was 1. Do you want? I don't. Can you recover twice? You don't have the
Can I?
content. It's like a long-term project. You feel your thoughts.
I don't see prescription against it.
I don't see.
is a
I think
difference
so. If you want
between
to
training.
try to recover again, feel free to.
yes, please.
It just costs 1 coin. Of course, you have 4. If you want to make more progress on this clock and do something else with a different role other than consort, I'd say that's probably fine as well.
Anyone have any ideas what they want to do? Because I don't mind spending 1 to heal, but if there's anything more pressing.
I'd like to see you guys heal personally at this time. Also, well, again, it's your choices. I mean, if we want to be as egalitarian as possible, we could just simply divide the remaining coin we have between all of us and stash 1. Or
We have. What do we have left?
4.
There's only 3 of us.
Yeah, he says.
That's what I mean.
He says put 1 in each in your stash and then keep 1 in the bank. He
Or,
says
yeah,
like
is an
each of
option.
us spend 1 and then 1 in the vault.
We should keep at least a couple in the vault. So we should only
Yeah.
spend 1 or 2 more coin, I think. Because
Yeah, that's
you
a
know
good idea.
you can always spend coin whenever. You know.
Yeah. Although, given the fact that healing progress is lost upon taking harm, I am
Yeah, I
encouraged
mean,
to suggest
It's not a
you
bad
guys try
idea.
healing again.
Me and Tyler should try and heal again.
Yeah. Especially given that we also went through the trouble of temporarily
Yeah.
acquiring.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I'll spend another coin to heal 1 again.
Well, thank you, guys.
Well, we're a group.
I will proceed with healing then.
Okay, you can all So you just click the healing thing above their clock, and it makes a roll for you. 5. I believe that is 3. Oh, it's 2 ticks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. I'm confused. Okay, never mind.
Why are you confused?
What do you roll for healing roll?
Oh wait, why does it say 0? What?
What?
It says recovery. Oh yeah, the number of dice. Did it tell you?
I think I may have just done
It,
0.
no, it doesn't say. How many dice should I roll?
So Charnel, you were supposed to roll 1 die, And red,
Oh.
you were supposed to roll 2 dice.
Where do you get this from?
It's the number. It's your weakest attribute. So Charles' weakest attribute is prowess because he has only 1 skill marked off. Your weakest attribute is any of them
All of them.
because
They all have two.
they
Okay.
all have 2 skills, and so when you read it
Okay.
vertically,
There is a benefit to going broad in the sense that
Yeah, recovery is
Nice.
better. And
recovery is
resistance to harm.
better. Interesting. Okay.
so rather than
Well, that doesn't make a lick of fucking difference.
so that's just 1 click each, 1 pip each. Boop, boop.
All right.
So that was 2 coins. So you still have 2. Are you doing anything else, or are you going to? Okay, that's that.
I will defer to the group members.
Of course,
Hey, that's good for me, I think.
the doc, like accepts your coin. He says, "Oh, good customers. Looks like you've been in a bit of trouble." And he gives you like some pills and some, dresses
if I had
your
a
wound
coin
a little.
for sometime anyone asked me that.
I'm tempted to try and indulge in my vice again, but I don't want to be greedy. I also don't know how important it is at this point.
It's the stress,
Actually-
right? So it's able.
Yeah.
You know what taking stress is.
Mm-hmm. I like doing it. But I also, again, like, healing you guys is our team's priority, I think. But again, I will defer to your decisions on how deep you want to go down that rabbit hole. Because we do only have 2 coin left, so. And it is good to have at least 1 or 2 coin on hand to pay people off. So I'm judging by your silence, you're both content with where you are?
Yeah, I'm fine. And it's just
Okay.
yeah.
I'm also eating a Cheeto with chopsticks because I'm getting hungry.
Okay.
All right. So in that case, let's just see what cool new opportunities await you. The bell rings for your crew's cell, and there's a gondolier. Like you look out and there's like a nervous looking gondolier in a blue coat, kind of like his arms crossed, and his hat is off, and he kind of has like a blanket kind of covering him.
I see.
Ooh.
And he says, are you guys like gonna go answer him? Because he's like kind of like in a gondolier, like kind of like where like a buyer would be.
I am highly suspicious.
If he's where a buyer would be, then of course we do.
Pretty sus.
You said he's wearing a blue coat, though, right?
Yeah, he's
Oh, in that case, I'm not answering, but someone should.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna. I almost want to like go and try and view his boat from like off, and like off to the side, or like.
Yeah,
from
you look
another
out like
angle.
one of the windows, and he's just like sitting there, kind of like nervously looking around. The gondolier looks nervous as AF.
Okay.
I'll
You know
go
what?
answer the door. Why
Okay.
not?
You're the tough one, yeah.
And he says, he like kind of like, as you come in, he like kind of shifts his weight forward in his seat, and he leans up and he says, "Oi, I'm looking for a dealer. The last one, he pushed it too far. He wanted me favors, so he's dead now. But you have some quality stuff. I have some coin." And that's where we're gonna leave today's session.
I love that. Like, I've murdered my last drug dealer, so I'm looking for another one. You in the market?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, why is he so shifty?
I want him to be like, having me pay you as a favor. I hate it. Paying for drugs.
So that's that's where we're gonna end it. Now we'll mark XP. So we'll go to your crew shirt first, because I have it open. Did you acquire product supply, execute a clandestine covert sale, or secure new territory?
Did acquire supply.
Did acquire supply. You mark 1
Yeah.
XP, so I'm gonna mark it for you here as the crew.
Yay.
So did you chend with challenges above your station?
Yes, absolutely.
All
I
right.
feel like I did.
Did that happen more than once?
Are the rates above our current station?
The rates? Yes. I'm gonna
Then
say
yes.
say yes. You did that.
We fended off 2 potentially hostile gangs.
Did you bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one? Your reputation was being savvy. Was this a savvy thing? Here I'm like, it could have been, but I don't know.
I mean, the complication with the rates was definitely savvy. I don't know about the other one. That was a boondoggle. That was a
Okay.
fiasco.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you the 1 for that. Do you express the goals, drives, or inner conflicts or essential nature of the crew?
We almost haven't developed enough of a.
Not yet, but I think
yet.
that's something we'll get to as we go forward.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have 4 XP. You're almost halfway to leveling up your crew. And that's excellent. Are you sure you didn't do that? Didn't you want to, like? I guess you wanted to be kind of stealthy and sneaky.
Yeah, we didn't really want to
Mhm.
have every single thing go wrong.
But I mean, you did get the supply cache. Is that a goal to acquire quality goods or no? You tell me.
I guess so, but that's also kind of covered in the first line, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know.
I feel like
It seemed like double dipping
Okay.
to do it just for that.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. No double dipping. That's Chris says.
you only get 1 hit.
We'll do Chris's scoundrel next. Red. Every time you roll a desperate action, you mark it. So you've done 2
2.
desperate.
I did that.
Cool. At the end of session, did you address a challenge with stealth or evasion?
Yes.
Multiple times, I would
Multiple
say.
times.
I'm
So
gonna
I would
say
say 2 XP.
mark 2. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritages, or background of your character?
My background once, yes.
Okay, yep. Okay. And do you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas during the session?
No.
Okay, so you're almost halfway, a little bit less than halfway. Cool. We'll go with Charnel next, 'cause you're here. Every time you made a desperate roll, you were supposed to mark XP, and that looks like you did not. But I can easily scroll up and quickly double check for you. Looks like 1 desperate hunt. You're supposed to mark XP. Boop. Controlled hunt. Oh, that's before the session, maybe? Maybe that was before the session. GM, red, Charnel. Survey, it's risky. Red, Charnel. Oh, there's Charnel. It's a skirmish. It was desperate. You're supposed to mark XP.
Shit.
Red, slide. I marked it. So on your sheet where it says prowess, see how there's a little marker now that's red? That means you did a desperate action, and you did another desperate command.
I did.
And then
I feel like I did it more than once.
another
though.
controlled command though, because you're control. Yeah.
That was
so
the
there's-
guy jumping through the
Oh
window.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Okay, so only those 2. Did you address a challenge with violence or coercion?
Yes, I used what did I do? You say coercion? Does talking to a soulless guy count?
Sure.
mean,
Sure.
You definitely coerced him.
You commanded
I
him.
coerced his soulless body, and I at least helped with the fighting at the start. I think I attacked that one guy.
Success or fail doesn't
I
matter.
threw his soul out of his body. Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, you did that. Okay, I'm gonna mark 2. Sounds very good. Did you express the beliefs, drives, heritages, or background of your character during play?
I don't think that I did. I think I was very on the mark with the making sure we survived. I did not think to expand too much of my backstory. That's for episode 2. We just did the opening credits for our heist. Now we're in the episode.
So, did you struggle with your issues of your vice or trauma during the session? I'm going to say you did, because you overindulged and it caused the heat. You bragged. It made the thing go real bad. So you're at 3 now. Cool. Excellent. And now Sly. Looks like you marked your 2 desperate actions.
It was actually from training, but yes.
Oh, right. You did both of them from training? You
Yep.
Did you know you didn't do money actions during the heist then? That were desperate.
None that were desperate, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So did you address with challenge with knowledge or arcane power?
Not the closest I got to that was imbuing Tyler's character with ghost energy, but I don't know if I addressed it directly. So.
No, that was a helping action. Okay. Yeah. So did you express your beliefs, drives, heritages? Well, wait. We'll back up. What about that time you use your bomb thing to blow up the door? Would that be considered arcane knowledge or knowledge or arcane power? I'm not 100% sure about that, but let's get your opinion.
I mean, potentially. I was actually imagining more so I was literally just pinning the door shut with like iron spikes. But it wasn't necessarily like I wasn't flavoring it as an arcane action, so.
Okay. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritages, or background during play?
I don't think so. Not yet, at least.
All right. And did you struggle with issues of your vice or trauma? You don't. Ooh, it looks like you need to drive your character like a stolen car even more. you had it on like gear 2 when you need to have it on gear 1 with the pedal to the floor. I come on. Really just.
So I took the bullet willingly, even though I knew the command would probably mess me up. It was fun.
All right. That is that. I think we'll talk about. I was actually only going to run like the next time as like a down section, but we've managed to go through a down session this time. Maybe next time we will split it up though, just because it's getting a little late. But other than that, how would you guys like the game? First game ever.
It's good so far.
Blades in the Dark.
I really liked it.
Excellent. What are you thinking for next time? I was trying to position you to perhaps get a new seller or deal with this problem that you now have of a new blue coat who is a drug dealer and murdered his last person because they were doing too many favors for him, trying to call on his favors and his drug habits. But what do you guys want to do?
I want to win.
Of course, we could
no
also do a little bit more free play at the beginning of the next session to like set up the score just a little bit, just to see what opportunities there are. Because I'm not just gonna throw you a score. You're crazy, fancy, sneaky scoundrels of the dark with cool powers and mysterious ways. You have contacts you can go talk to about that. So you can either wait or you can tell me now what you're sort of thinking. Of course, you can always try for one of these pips of getting crew or turf or do a graft, or do something different. Considering one of you are injured, do something more social or something next time. I don't know.
Yeah, I was leaning that way. Like, I'm thinking we can try and get this guy to become a new buyer, and then I don't know if we have to like role play, like bring him on our boat and like talking to him, or just like literally sell him the drugs and.
Yeah, we have to increase our S-link with this guy.
Yeah, so I wouldn't mind seeking out more contacts and trying to like broaden our sales network, as it were.
Okay.
That's where I'm leaning personally.
Yeah, I mean, we got product now. We can try and sell it for a little while.
What does local graft mean?
I mean, it's presumably you're running a con of some kind.
Hawkers. Local graft. A few city officials share bribe money with those who show that they're players on the scene. So it could be that you're expanding your network into, the blue coats and various officials up the chain, or you could just be selling your wares on the streets and dealing with local gangs. I don't know. You tell me. But I think, well, you want to make that decision now, or do you want to wait till later and we'll just end the session?
I'd like to make it now, just so you have a better idea of where the session will most likely go.
Okay. Are you going to deal with this person, this man who's come to your door? That could be a whole session if you want to not just sell him drugs, but establish said relationship with him also, where he does favors for you and you try to like.
That's what I was thinking. Actually, was like we could try and establish some sort of relation, and then possibly use him as a way to gain influence within the blue coats to some degree, which is always useful to have the city watch on your side. But that's my personal vote.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay, and also graft, I believe, is in a political sense, in the Oxford American English Dictionary, is a form of political corruption. So this might be doing that, but also making a sell. Cool. Sure, and I think we'll leave it there then. I'll make up a little bit more of the potential where I would see it, but then I'm going to ask you probably if it's going to be one of the starting methods with stealth and all of that at the beginning of next session. That being said, how many sessions do we think we want to run of this game? I was thinking 2 or 3, but I was actually also thinking we would run like one session of like the score, then the next session would be downtime. I might do that next time, if depending how long the score is, but if it's quick like this, you guys, we can probably blast through them, so we might could do a lot more, but it's up to you.
Yeah, I would personally be in favor actually of possibly separating them. I mean, we started a bit late just because of outside issues, so maybe it'll be different if we start closer to 5, but it would be nice to have more time for the scores, so it's not as I think it was good today to end it when we did, but I think it would be nice to have it more drawn out to some degree, so there's more room for action.
Okay.
But that's my own vote.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, whatever you think would be like a good plan overall is fine. I don't have a big preference one way or the other.
All right, well, that is that then, and I think we will end it here, calling it. Is a bit of a weird start, considering I forgot to start recording and we just went over the beginning again really fast.
It's still fun though.
But definitely very fun, and I can't wait till next time. This is Digital Dungeons, and we're playing Blades in the Dark.
These have been some blades in the dark.